Hello, good evening to our viewers out there on STSPN.com. I'm Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig and Sarah Elvig here tonight at the top of the Peak tournament at Glacier Peak High School, as we'll get to bring you a couple of games this evening. The Tahoma Bears against the Emerald Ridge Jaguars, and that's about set to get rolling here pretty quick. And then also the Richland Bombers against the Union Titans in the game that follows this one. And we were supposed to get going at 6 o'clock, but they had the last game backed it up to where it went almost till about 6:10, right in that range. And so they had to allow the other team to get warmed up and ready to go. And that is where they are right now. Les Schwab, your presenting sponsor here tonight. And I want to take a look at the starters for both teams. First of all, the visiting team, as they will be on the scoreboard, that is the Emerald Ridge Jaguars. They are from Puyallup, and their head coach is Arvin Mosley, assistants Kelly Watan and Leasia Jones. Let's take a look what they got coming out there on the floor to start things off. 6-foot freshman forward, Raya McGriff. Also a 5'10 senior forward, Maya Barnett. And a 5'6 senior guard, that's Monique Carter. Also in their lineup is a 5'10 senior guard, Mauricia Barnett. And rounding up the lineup for the Emerald Ridge Jaguars, a 5'10 senior guard, Alina Saplik. Now for the Tahoma Bears, they will be the home team on the scoreboard, and they have the white on right there. You see Emerald Ridge with their black uniforms and green on black there with the numbers. Also starting for the Emerald Ridge Jaguars, that's going to be a Ryan McGriff. She is a 6-foot freshman. We'll get to Tahoma, that's what I wanted. And it's going to be for Tahoma, Hope Hassman. She is a 5'8 senior guard, and she's going to be going to Cal State Fullerton. Also starting a 5'10 senior forward, that's Lauren Fredrickson, and a 5'11 junior guard, Kate Wooten. As well as Lily Kavanaugh, a 5'6 junior, and Angelina Kavanaugh, she is a 5'8 senior. Their coach is Peter Smith, with assistants Scott Hassman, Katie Collier, Chris Russell, and Tori Flynn. So we get underway as you see a basket scored to start things off. And now Tahoma getting the rebound as they'll go back the other direction. So that basket for Emerald Ridge to get things underway. And we are underway as this tournament getting to be played for the first time in 3 years. That's going to be a chance for a three-point play. So taking it to the basket that time was Lily Kavanaugh. Fouls on Alina Saplik. That is her first foul, first team foul. And so going to the line with a foul shot will be Lily Kavanaugh. Chance to put Glacier Peak on top, or rather Tahoma on top. We were watching Glacier Peak out there previously, and she has that one rim out on her. So we remain tied. These teams are pretty well even as far as records are concerned, or as far as how well things have gone this season. Long bomb, big one. That is Mauricia Barnett coming through with a big three ball, and it is now 5-2. Emerald Ridge on top by 3. Now that's going to be Tahoma throwing it away. The Glacier Peak, the host school here. And it's great to have this tournament back, Todd. Emerald Ridge now in front court. Now they throw us a curveball because they just had to have the black uniforms with the green numbers on them. That is an interesting color scheme. I mean, I know that they've got the green in there as part of their color scheme, but it's tough to pick them up. You really got to bear down. But fortunately, Bob here is calling things out on PA, so if we don't catch it, I'll just listen to him, make sure I get that number and player right. Tahoma misses the shot.
Well, Glacier Peak is, we do a lot of games here. So
yeah,
if we get that a little bit mixed up every once in a while, we are at the Grizzly Stadium, gym.
Emerald Ridge gets the rebound. Officials for the game, Brian Kelly and Mark Poland, as well as John Brown. And the JV one, or rather make that the previous game, Glacier Peak 62, Burlington Edison 55. And foul the other direction now.
Number 22,
this foul is against Angelina Kavanaugh, her first team foul. 2 shots coming up. Hope Hassman averaging 20 points a game. She's not at the line right now. But at the line is Monique Carter. She'll have one more shot. 6-2 now, Emerald Ridge on top. Couple substitutions made for Tahoma as the next shot is good. Takes it up to 7-2, a 5-point lead. And that one's going to be picked off. Emerald Ridge with the momentum so far early in the game, and that looked like a dribbling violation. It was. So that's going to be a turnover. A couple turnovers for each team in the early going here. 5:28 to go in the first quarter between Emerald Ridge and Tahoma. Tahoma trying to break through from backcourt. Wow, almost a foul right there. A drive and a dish over on the far side. That'd be a great shot if she hits it, and does.
Number 3,
Bailey Nettleton coming through with the three-pointer to cut the Emerald Ridge lead to 7-5. Good battle for the rebound down there. And there's going to be a grab. I think he said 2 shots coming up. That foul is going to go against Emily Sitterud, and that's her first foul. Second team foul. At the foul line is Raya McGriff. Not Ryan, but Raya, R-Y-A-H. Misses the first one. Got to hit those foul shots. Last night we had this Snohomish against a non-conference opponent. That was Oak Harbor, and Snohomish won it by 15. It was a pretty one-sided game for most of that one. Both shots fired up there. The second one is good. And now Tahoma feeling the pressure in backcourt, trying to try to get through it. And they're playing some good trapping defense, but you got to be careful you don't play too close. That's the case right there. That's Maya Barnett. First foul, second team foul. So team fouls are now 3 for Emerald Ridge and 2 for Tahoma. Tahoma in Maple Valley. Emerald Ridge is in Puyallup, one of 3 schools in Puyallup to go with Puyallup and Rogers. And Tahoma will inbound. Down by the 3 points. Swatted away. That's that tight defense coming through. Emerald Ridge. Now Tahoma putting the clamps on things, but that's going to be last touched by Tahoma. Still, Todd, it's fun to see this kind of defense out here.
Absolutely.
In for Emerald Ridge, Samaj Williams and Mauricia Barnett will get ready to inbound. Watch Hassman, number 1, or Brooke Dayak is number 1 there. Just came in for Tahoma. Out of bounds, that's going to stay with Emerald Ridge. So yeah, they hadn't done the tournament. We were here both times before in 2018, 2019. And then obviously with the pandemic, they could not do it the last couple of years, but I'm glad, Todd, that they were able to reinstitute it here in 2022, and I'm sure they want to keep that streak alive and doing it for several years after this one.
Absolutely.
Underneath, good defense. Basket by Kavanaugh that time. She's got 4 points. So it's a 1-point game about halfway through the first quarter and a reach. That foul is going to go against Brooke Dayak. First foul, team foul number 3. Each team has 3 of them. And now in for Tahoma will be Kaylee Verhoeven. Emerald Ridge set to inbound on the baseline. Again, these teams just kind of getting acquainted with each other here in the early going. And a close one, which we could have well figured with the way these teams have been playing so far this year. Pull-up
Yeah,
jumper, no good. Tahoma there for the rebound. That's Hope Hassman getting in good position. Miss on the shot the other direction.
Oh.
And there they go. It's stolen away. Nice move.
Basket by number 13,
Lily Kavanaugh lighting up the basketball hoop so far as she has put Glacier Peak ahead by a score of 9-8. So as it turns out, they fell behind 2-0, then tied it. And then Emerald Ridge building up a 7-2 lead, and now Tahoma has been able to get the lead for the first time. And Tahoma can add to it right here as they move out of backcourt and try to get something set up. There's going to be a long one. A little bit too far as it's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be Emerald Ridge ball. In for Emerald Ridge, Naomi Sonato. Both teams are making substitutions early, trying to keep those legs fresh, and if you're playing that tight defense, that's something that you definitely want to keep going because they're going to get worn out. And you see the press put on now by Tahoma. Oh, last touch by Emerald Ridge. Just getting a hand on it was Samaj Williams. Tahoma is going to inbound. Looking around, and you better get it in there pretty quick. But, and there's a good drive. No. Lily Kavanaugh has just been lighting it up. Kavanaugh averages 10.5 points per game, and she's got 8 right now. A good start for her as Tahoma is up by 3. They get the lead, and they're trying to build it up a little bit more. There is a foul on. That's going to be against Sitterud, her second foul. 2 shots coming up. That's Monique Carter going to the line for the Jaguars. Perfect on the first one. She is 3 for 3 from the foul line. Now, this is another case where all you can put up there is the score. It's the
because we're at Glacier Peak.
And they haven't got the Daktronics here.
No, they've got Bob's controller.
Kate Wooten is in. Yeah. They actually had a problem in that last game where in the last minute everything cleared off the clock. Both shots are good by Carter, and back to a 1-point lead for Tahoma.
But we're streaming in 4K.
And that's
so
beautiful,
just in case,
too.
You know, you're wondering,
great
we don't have
picture quality.
Absolutely.
Tahoma set to inbound. That's going to be last touch by Emerald Ridge. Yeah, we've been over here numerous times. You don't live too far from here. Makes it easy for setup, and then you can go grab a bite to eat.
Yeah, a little bit of turkey soup.
Oh, very nice. Homemade stuff.
Absolutely.
Tahoma trying to break that press. Emerald Ridge tied up on him. Got to watch for the 10 seconds getting it across the line. And they just do that. Hope Hassman is ridden pretty hard that time by Samaj Williams. Right on the hip. So Samaj is going to be whistled for her first foul. And that will be the 3rd foul against Emerald Ridge. Tahoma, no shots. Tahoma's going to inbound in front court, right near the scoring table. And 2:30 to go in the first quarter. So it's a close one right now. And there's a ball intercepted right from the get-go on the inbound pass. That's an outstanding move right there by Samaj Williams. And she's going to get a foul shot out of that. Foul is on Hope Hassman. Hassman with the call against her. And that is team foul number 5. Williams will go to the foul line with the 1 shot. In for Tahoma, Brooke Diak is in. And also is Lily Kavanaugh, who's been red hot so far with the 8 points. Count that one. Williams with her first 3 points on that. Now it's gone back the other direction. A 2-point lead for Emerald Ridge. Timeout has been called by Tahoma. Their head coach wanted to take a look at things. That's Peter Smith. It's just a 30, so we'll keep it here. Appreciate all of our sponsors. American Family Insurance, Monster Beverage, Army Navy, GNS Heating, Cooling, and Air Conditioning, Bickford Ford, McDaniels Do It Center, Airfield Espresso, and Gene Johnson Plumbing, as well as Adrenaline Fundraising, and you'll be giving away T-shirts, Todd, at the end of each game for the player of the game, which is very nice. Thanks, Bob. We got our in-house announcement there. But a couple of familiar faces for me down there. Katie Collier, assistant coach for Tahoma, and Talia Walton down sitting in the stands. I think they came in together. They played on those great Washington Huskies teams in the 2014 to 2017 stretch.
Well, that's how you roll.
Yeah.
You roll with those celebrities.
Yeah, there you go. You know how that works. Tahoma will inbound on the baseline. Trailing by 2 points. They are NPSL 4A. Good-sized school out there. In fact, I've heard it's busting at the seams. It's gotten real big. A lot of people have moved out to that Maple Valley area. Tahoma with the basketball. Defense prevents anything from happening inside. And Hassman with the ball. Way deep with that one. And that is going to be almost a shot clock violation. They really ran it down far in that particular instance. 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Emerald Ridge going to back it out a little bit. Marcia Barnett over on the left side now. That was a nice look. She had good gap in between her and her opponent. It's going to be last touched by Emerald Ridge. Tahoma will get it once again. So they've been up by 3 points, and the biggest lead for Emerald Ridge has been 5.
You know, not a bad little crowd here on the home side.
I agree.
I mean, for people being a long ways away.
Yeah, people traveling well, and then there's some Glacier Peak people here that wanted to be able to stick around and watch a lot of the tournament. Glacier Peak just wrapping up that previous game. And we have a foul coming up. That'll be 2 shots. Hassman is at the line with the 2 shots.
Or our friend Ganji. Is that how you say it?
Sapalak call for the foul. Second. Go ahead, what were you saying?
Our friend the ref just got in the stands. He must be doing the next game or something.
It could be, yeah, that's Riaj Kanji.
Yeah, we like that guy.
Oh, he's a very good ref. These guys down here I definitely recognize. And Brian Kelly especially. Foul shot is good. So Hassman now makes another one. Couple of points on the scoreboard for her. We are tied at 13. Tied for the second time. Emerald Ridge, the Jaguars in the front court. Let's see what kind of move she puts on. That was sweet. Marcia Barnett connecting. And a foul against Emerald Ridge. The fans don't agree with that one.
Fouls on number 11, Mauricia Barnett.
Mauricia Barnett called for the foul, and that's her first 15 foul as Tahoma will get set to inbound. A couple of ticks under 1 minute to go in the first quarter here at Glacier Peak. Tahoma Hassman driving in. Looks like she wanted it, but kicks out the pass, and that's going to be a missed shot for Kate Wooten. Jaguars bursting out of backcourt. Pull-up jumper inside the line is good.
By number 5, Monique Carter.
Monique Carter has 6 points in the game. And it's up to a 4-point lead for the Jaguars. They're getting some things going right here. Carrying the basketball. Emerald Ridge now with 4 turnovers. Tahoma with 3. Got a little high on the dribble.
Into the game for Emerald Ridge.
Ryan McGriff and Maya Barnett into the game for Emerald Ridge. Now this is the shot clock is not active right now because it's under 30 seconds. So they'll run it down, and Emerald Ridge will work for 1 shot right here. Chance to build up their biggest lead in the game. They're sitting at 17-13. Oh, they had a player open inside. Didn't. Oh, now there it is. So they moved it around. They found another option to get to Raya McGriff and get it done as the clock's going to wind out here. And a 6-point lead. 6-point lead for Emerald Ridge going to the second quarter. It is 19-13. Emerald Ridge is on top. We'll be back after this.
We're not here to take part, we're here to take over. I am the beast.
Welcome back. We're here at Glacier Peak High School, home of the Grizzlies. Wesco 4A, and they did win earlier, 62-55 over Burlington Edison. And you look at what's coming up here. So this is the semifinal of the top of the peak tournament. Emerald Ridge and Tahoma, and then it'll be Richland against Union. Winners of these games will play off tomorrow for the championship of the top of the peak tournament. That will be at 3:15 and is being broadcast on STSPN.com. Also tomorrow will be game 11 in the tournament, which is between the two teams that would lose these two semifinals. And that's going to be at 1:30. So great coverage, Todd.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, she had a perfect steal. She read that play so well and then could not close it. Way out there, does not connect as Hassman have to go the other direction now. A 6-point lead, 19-13 for Emerald Ridge as they look inside. The defense shutting that one out. Now moving the ball around and underneath. Great pass from Maya Barnett to Raya McGriff. It's now an 8-point lead, 21-13. So Glacier Peak advancing, and we'll play Nooksack Valley tomorrow. And that one sets up for 11:45. They put those times down, but Todd, we know that things can fall behind.
Yeah, that's you get a couple
Ballpark
of close
figure.
match ones.
Basketball ballpark figure. Fouls coming up against Emerald Ridge. Monique Carter, her first foul. Hassman is heading to the line. She has 4 points so far. Leading scorer for both teams is Lily Kavanaugh. Shot is very smooth. Hassman now 3 for 3 from the foul line. Emily Sitterud coming on the court. You see her wearing number 25 out there. Tahomas needs to get some things going here. Making those foul shots is very important. I understand the head women's basketball coach at Gonzaga was here yesterday scouting a player.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what these tournaments are good for.
That's what's really nice. And, you know, there's some teams that may have a break in the action. They can come out, the coaches can check the players out and see how they do.
Or go back and rewatch it in 4K, you know.
But there you go.
Yeah.
Tahoma with the basketball coming out of backcourt. Pass from Hassman. Bingo. Great shot by Angelina Kavanaugh off the pass from Hassman. Now they've cut it down to a 3-point deficit. Long bomb comes off the rim, and right there in perfect position was Kate Wooten. And they do look to her to handle a lot of the rebounding. There it is. Hassman connects on another one. It's a 1-point game, and 21-20 is the score. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more after this.
A 30-second timeout call.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Coming back to live action, 21-20 the score. Emerald Ridge up by 1 point. And it's gone back and forth. The game's been tied twice, switched leads twice. Near foul right there. She's guarding her pretty tight. That one's going to be thrown away. Last touch by Emerald Ridge. 5 turnovers for the Jaguars. Tahoma set where they can take the lead on this trip down court. Hassman hands off, and it's Kavanaugh. That's a great backcourt combination. Kavanaugh with the 8 points in the first quarter. A good dish, nice shot, and the follow-up gets done by Sinaru. Her first 2 points of the game, and it is Tahoma on top by 1. They were down by 8. They've scored 9 consecutive points.
It's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, it's going like we were hoping and thought it would.
Tahoma basketball.
It's going to go to Tahoma, and it'll be another turnover for Emerald Ridge. Their 6th of the game. And that's something you got to watch out for that can really sink the ship, is too many of those turnovers. Tahoma up to the top there. Another foul, and we're seeing a lot of fouls in this game. Just like last night, there was 17 team fouls between the two teams in that game last night, between Oak Harbor and Snohomish. Tammy Gallo called for the foul, her first, 7th team foul. Yeah, they just keep adding up. So a trip to the line, it's 1-1 for Angelina Kavanaugh. She had the 3-pointer just a little while ago. We'll get to see how her foul shooting form is. She had just a perfect shot off a pass from Hassman. And I think we're definitely seeing the ball moved around by both teams quite well. Emerald Ridge likes to go inside, and they've got the size for it. They're trying to sort something out down there. Shot clock looks good. Scoreboard looks like it's doing all right.
Into the game for
Brooke Dayak is in. She saw a significant playing time in that first quarter. As again, they continue to rotate and keep the teams fresh. Missed shot. That's definitely one you definitely don't want to have happen, because she had another one coming after that if she'd have made it on the 1-1. Emerald Ridge working it up high. And you know, they, like I was saying, they like to go inside. Tahoma almost getting the steal, now officially getting the steal. Emerald Ridge up on that player, Diak. Timeout has been called by Tahoma. Tight defense in midcourt, and we've been seeing that throughout this game. So there is the timeout.
Is this a full?
I'm looking down to see it's a 30-second. So we'll keep it right here. So Todd, tomorrow you're out here a couple times. You'll just stay and
you
spend the night here, and now.
Well, we were here early today, but that was just so we could get some stuff done. And
it's nice to get set up early, and then you can go and relax, watch the game, or do any other errands you might have to do. Although you guys do a really good job of setting up and tearing down in a pretty quick manner.
Well,
you got Sarah, your daughter.
We do it once in a while.
Yeah, you get in that habit. It's like when I was in minor league baseball. We definitely, a lot of times, we didn't trust the security in the press box, so we had to tear down and set up again. It had to be pretty mobile. 4:37 to go, second quarter. Tahoma is about to inbound after their timeout. You got 17 on the shot clock, plenty of time to set something up here. Hassman over to the side to Angelina Kavanaugh. Angelina and Lily are sisters. Long one for Hassman, perfect. Now she's starting to put those points together. 4 points in the first quarter, and now has a total of 7 here in the second quarter. Averages 20, so she's past the halfway point for that. Emerald Ridge working it very nicely. And they're just going to keep going until there's a pull-up jumper. They're either going to do that or they're going to try to find a way to get a pass inside. What's good is they've been able to close on so many of those shots here in the early going.
Looks like a wrestling match that was.
Yeah, there's a lot of fouls. Foul is going to be called against Kate Wooten, her first.
Foul by number 11, Kate Wooten, her first.
So an inbound. That is the 6th foul against the Tahoma Bears. The Tahoma's got their work cut out for them because with dealing with Emerald Ridge wanting to go inside so much, they really have to be careful that those entry passes don't get there, and then trying to shut them down. Shot from far outside by Maricia Barnett. Coming off the rim in Tahoma. Tahoma's pretty quick. That was a beautiful shot. Oh my gosh, Angelina Kavanaugh.
Basket by number 20.
Just way off the glass that time, and she banked it perfectly. Those can be real tough if you're further away from the basket like she was in that instance. 27-21, a 6-point lead for Tahoma, and that's their biggest lead of the game. Nope, batted around. Emerald Ridge ends up with it once again, and a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Jaguars working it around. There they go inside. And we got a push off. I want to check on that call. It should be against Emerald Ridge because they definitely had a push off. And it's going to be 1-1 the other way. I just want to, the refs are going to talk things over, but the Tahoma player underneath there, Kate Wooten, looked like she got pushed, and that is the indication.
Well, we have the head ref association right next to you.
Is that Jeff?
It is.
Jeff Matson is here tonight. He helped too during the football season. Yeah, it was like calling down to L.A. and getting our ruling. Only he'd be up in their press box. So the foul that time was against Raya McGriff, her first. Team foul number 8. 2 shots for Siderud. Made the first one, now the second one. 8-point lead, 29-21. 8 is the biggest lead for them. Now the biggest lead was 22-13 for Emerald Ridge in the first quarter.
Well, that's a big swing.
Big time. Where they got 21-13, so an 8-point lead dwindled away. And you know what's interesting? We'll double check this here.
7 + 9, that's a 16-point swing in
It
public
certainly
school
is.
math.
It was 21-13, so they've just, or it is 29-21. Emerald Ridge outscored Tahoma 19-13 in the first quarter. Then they build it up to 8 points. We'll take a timeout. It's STSPN.com.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
This is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
back live. Here we are, Glacier Peak High School. And it is Tahoma leading 29-21. So, yeah, they were down by 8 at 21-13. And they have just gone on one heck of a roll here. And that's something that Emerald Ridge is trying to put a stop to. And, again, they continue with that pressure defense as Tahoma will break it out of backcourt. Diak hands the ball off, and now working up high. 13 on the shot clock. Good ball movement that time, and you got to like the hustle and rotation by Tahoma as they keep finding ways up. Now that wasn't a good move right there, but they are moving around really well. I'm a big fan of the motion and the passing. If they can just, you keep doing that either side, that's going to lead to success. Oh, great pass, finding her. Yep.
Look at that.
Beautiful shot. Lele Kamek with the basket. And a three-pointer. They desperately needed something like that. The way Glacier Peak's been going. And stepped out of bounds. Tahoma steps out of bounds.
For Tahoma, number 2, Hope Hassman, number 14.
3 substitutions in. Hope Hassman's back in. Also coming in, Angelina Kavanaugh.
You know, I don't want to say something inappropriate here, but I'm just not sure that I'm with the color green the coaches are wearing.
Yeah, that's I said, oh, okay, unique outfits. You're getting that on the sideline shots there as Emerald Ridge. I guess that's a derivative of their color scheme.
Well, it doesn't match anything the girls got on. It's just kind of a lime colored.
Yeah, it looks like split pea soup.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the best term I can come up with. And the basket. Yeah, and it comes in there. Sabato getting the basket. Down to a 3-point lead for Tahoma. Less than a minute to go. They work it, try to get inside. Now a good open shot. She had plenty of spacing and also a good look on that one, but it just rimmed out. So now Emerald Ridge getting an opportunity to do more, turn it on the table. Naomi Sonato connecting. It's a 1-point game. About 3-second differential between the shot clock and the quarter clock. Back and forth. Hassman pulls in. Just kind of flung it up there.
Nice little jumper.
Yeah, she found a good spot to fire that shot. 10 seconds now. Shot clock is dead. Coming down to 5. Got to put something up here pretty quick. That was perfect ball movement. And the basket by Angelina Kavanaugh. And 32-28, the score at halftime. This is a good game. It's fun to watch. Both these teams very much into it. So in that quarter, Tahoma outscored Emerald Ridge 19 to, let's see here, 11 to 9. And so the score at halftime, 32-28. And we'll be back with more right after we take a break for halftime.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race. Look at this! To the 4 a.m. starts, training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters.
But it doesn't matter.
Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. You rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best.
UFC Strawweight Champion.
Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun. I promise you.
Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Welcome back to Glacier Peak High School, home of the Grizzlies, top of the peak tournament. And this is day number 2 that we'll go into tomorrow. And it's STSPN.com. Right now, the score is Tahoma 32, Emerald Ridge 28. Very entertaining, very good first half. Both teams having leads and sizable leads. Biggest leads for both teams have been 8. And so far, the game has been tied twice, switched 3 times. I'm Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig and also Sarah Elvig here at this great high school, the 3rd Top of the Peak tournament. It also took place in 2018 and 2019. Great to have it back and health concerns being better this year as the pandemic winding down. All right. So Emerald Ridge will have the basketball in front court, trying to look around again. They look to go inside a lot. They'll pop a 3 once in a while, but there it is. Going inside, and now a little further out. That's a great move on the part of Raya McGriff, but can't close it. So Tahoma getting the lead once again. The other thing I wanted to mention, too, these two teams played on December 17th. And it was a 59-58 victory for Tahoma. So it's not the first time they've seen each other, and it's just been a really solid matchup. Both teams' overall record is 7-1. Conference record for Emerald Ridge is 6-0 in the SPSL 4A. The SPSL is split 3A, 4A. Oh, that's a great shot. That basket by Alina Sapalak cuts it to a 1-point lead for Tahoma. Drive and shut off. Tahoma forced outside some. And now the Bears, an up fake right there. Kavanaugh's got 8 points for Tahoma. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. And great job by Lily Kavanaugh going in and drawing the foul. She didn't have any hesitation making her way in. That foul is going to go against Raya McGriff, her first team foul for either team. Lily Kavanaugh at the foul line. She's 0 for 1 so far, now 0 for 2. 8 points all in the first quarter. 1 more to go. You gotta just like the way that these teams have battled back from deficits. Second one is good, so back to a 2-point lead. And that's been the fun part of this game, is that even though a team's fallen behind, they've not let themselves get buried. Just a little bit short. That was a good move too by Sapalak. Tahoma with the rebound coming out of backcourt. They've been passing well. Knocked out of bounds by Emerald Ridge. The Jags, that's what they have on the front of their uniform. Again, it gets a little bit challenging trying to read green numbers and black on black uniforms. Had to go down and make sure our points were correct. A little bit easier to read Tahoma. 5 seconds on the shot clock. It doesn't get the bounce. That was by Hassman. A chance for Emerald Ridge to tie or take the lead. Going inside again, but Tahoma is right there. Oh no, it ends up with Emerald Ridge. They are able to get a hold of it. We have an official's timeout on the floor. I'm looking at the clock to see if something was off. Their coach stomping his foot down there. Didn't like something he saw in the pea green warm-up outfit.
No, that's the pea soup.
Yeah, split pea soup. I mean, that's just the only color I can compare it to.
Well, I went and looked at their colors, and I see the colors on their jersey. That's about right. Just don't understand the, unless they're trying to work a new color in.
Yeah, maybe so. Alternate uniforms, like we see the rave green with the Seahawks. Emily Sitterud is making her appearance again. I'm trying to figure out what is causing the delay down here. Everything looks okay as far as the quarter and shot clock. I think that, no, they backed it down. I think it was 14 and they took it down to 9.
Well, it's a little different or difficult without a Daktronics.
Look at that hustle by Emerald Ridge and now Tahoma. They end up with the basketball. Good effort on both sides though. Hassman drives in, no foul. As they figured all ball on that one. Strong move out of backcourt. Now looking, oh, great cross the court pass, but can't finish up making the basket. These teams are going to need a good night's sleep after this one with the press on both sides.
That would have been impressive if she would have made it.
It would have been a beautiful shot for Angelina Kavanaugh. She had 8 points in the second quarter. Emerald Ridge with another chance to tie or take the lead. Their coach is rather animated. Got the Jaguar logo on the suit down there, though.
I think you'd look good in a tracksuit like that.
Yeah, I maybe I just need to get one, and it'll look the compliments I get, and then it'll feel like, oh, I should have had one of these several years ago.
Exactly.
Jaguars trying to drive in, stolen away. Getting the ball is Sitterud. And on the pass to Hassman, Hassman can't finish it inside.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's very good, but didn't connect on that one. We aren't seeing much in the form of long balls from either. Well, actually, Tahoma's been more successful at it. 2 made by Emerald Ridge.
I don't want to beat a dead horse.
Getting positioning.
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but you know, Oak Harbor could learn something from these.
I agree.
Tahoma girls.
After watching
and both of them.
Ryan McGriff now has 8 points, and we are tied for the 3rd time. So the Tahoma Bears had a lead of 29-21, and they've been outscored 12-4. So far, not as many whistles as what we observed in the first half, which of course I just jinxed. Tahoma facing that tight defense by Emerald Ridge. Pass over on the left side. Oh, wow. At the buzzer on the shot clock. Second three-pointer for Angelina Kavanaugh. So far, Tahoma has done pretty well with those. They have a total of 5 three-pointers. Angelina Kavanaugh now passing her sister in scoring. That was a big basket, too, with the way that Emerald Ridge has been coming back. Dave making a good move that time. Oh, now they're going to finally whistle
looking for that foul.
They've had some trouble connecting inside as well. That's going to go against Tahoma. That was against Angelina Kavanaugh. Second foul on her, first team foul. 2 shots. Ryan McGriff at the foul line. She's 1 for 2 from the line so far with 2:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. This has a feeling it's going to go right down to the wire.
Into the game for Emerald Ridge, number 0.
Yeah, what a great matchup.
Naomi Sabato is into the game. Sonato. And also in for Tahoma will be Lauren Fredrickson, as well as Brooke Diak.
Well, they heard we had shirts.
Yeah,
so, you know.
for the player of the game. Sponsored by Adrenaline Fundraising. Ryan McGriff connecting. Gets one of those shots. Now Tahoma, again, they've faced this a number of times where they're forced out pretty far. Emerald Ridge really clogging things up nicely defensively. Good board and a foul, yep. No doubt about that one. Lily Kavanaugh is going to the foul line. She has 9 points so far. This time the foul is against Alina Sapalak. That's her 3rd foul. 2 team fouls.
Number 13.
Lily Kavanaugh, the sister of Angelina Kavanaugh, goes to the line. She looked really good in that first quarter. They had trouble stopping her. She scored 8 points.
Into the game for Emerald Ridge, number 20,
Lele Kamek is back into the game for Emerald Ridge. Kavanaugh, a chance to put Tahoma up by 4 and does. So she's now 3 for 5 from the foul line and 11 points in the game. Emerald Ridge looking to go inside, I'm sure, which has been such a key for them. But you also got to start making those layups, especially as you get deeper into the game. It looked like she traveled right there. Now they're going to call a foul. Let's see who that one's going to be. That's going to be against Sitterud. Emily Sitterud. Third foul, second team foul. So she is the top foul getter for Tahoma as they will set up defensively. Emerald Ridge inbounding. Oh, there's a bump, no foul. Coming in, Raya McGriff. I thought the Tahoma player had position. McGriff having a strong quarter with 6 and has a total of 12 for the game. Going the other direction. Kind of rushed that shot. Knocked out of bounds.
I don't know.
And that is going to stay with Emerald Ridge. Now in Maya Barnett.
Into the game for
Barnett enters with 5 points. And also coming in, Angelina Kavanaugh, who's had herself a good game with 11 points. The Kavanaugh sisters each have 11. Got the roll on that one. Barnett in, and that now ties the game for the 4th time. This is a fun game to watch, Todd, because both teams are certainly in this. They keep playing like it looks like a playoff game out there, postseason. There's Angelina Kavanaugh, and that's what you love to see. An intense, good battle, and of course, because they've already played this year, and Emerald Ridge lost by 1 11 days ago, they are matching up really well, knowing each other pretty well. Very well, actually. Knocked out of bounds. Bears touch it last. And Emerald Ridge will inbound. There's going to be a substitution. Lily Kavanaugh is coming in for Glacier Peak, replacing Brooke Diak. Team fouls even at 2. 45 seconds on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Going to be fun the rest of the way it's now a 2-point game. Taken by Tahoma. Good defense for sure. Hassman looking around, motioning for her teammates to get into position. She's definitely a leader out there on the court. And you see Emerald Ridge doing a very good job of forcing them out. Playing the zone and, off the rim. They've missed some of those here in the quarter.
Out of bounds, Emerald Ridge.
That's going to be Emerald Ridge basketball. And back in for Emerald Ridge, actually making her debut, and I didn't see her out there earlier, Tammy Gallo, a senior.
They must like the outside a little bit more because they've been taking some chances out there with a 3 ball.
Kate Wooten is back in, and Wooten is a good rebounder. Check her fouls. She only has 1, which is quite good considering how much she's been involved inside. Been playing smart and hauling down the boards. No time on the shot clock. There's 5 in the quarter clock here in the 3rd. Good pickup on defense, and that buzzer's going to go off. We are now through 3 quarters here at Glacier Peak High School. It is 40-38, and a great game out here, as in that quarter, Emerald Ridge scored 10 points, and Tahoma was able to put up 8, so they were outscored by 2. We'll have the 4th quarter coming up right after this break. Back to live action. We go to the fourth quarter in a really good game between Tahoma and Emerald Ridge. This is the semifinal. And whoever wins this one will play the winner of Union Richland, which follows next, and we'll have that one on STSPN.com. Similar
and the third
set.
place game.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, the next game, and then the championship.
Yeah, you'll have the championship tomorrow and the third place game. Hassman got a little bit away from the basket that time. She needed to kind of curl it in a little bit tighter, as Emerald Ridge will get the ball and, again, a chance to tie or take the lead. Both teams really working hard to get those shots off with their passing. Last touch by Emerald Ridge. That's her 10th turnover in the game. For Tahoma, coming back in, Emily Siderud. Siderud getting all 4 of her points in the second quarter. So here comes Tahoma with Hassman leading the charges. And this, where we're sitting at, which is at a good spot up high, you can really see how the team's set up offensively. Oh, that one's up high. Did not hit any superstructure because there isn't one up there. They have it hooked up by cables.
Now, can you hit the strap? And is that
would be if you hit the cables up there.
No, the strap. You see the raising? That's.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's true. Oh, big basket off the left side. Hope Hassman connects on that, and it's now back to a 5-point lead. Tahoma is led by as much as 8, and same for Emerald Ridge. Tahoma's was 29-21, and Emerald Ridge's was 21-13. As you can see that Tahoma put on a great run. 9-0 run, and they just kept going.
What I like to see is basketball where they have somebody to pass the basketball to.
Yes, where somebody's popping out, anticipating, knows what they're supposed to do out there, and that's what we've seen from both these teams here tonight.
Absolutely.
A lot of good knowing where each other is, and that would explain why each team is 7-1, because they've been playing very smart so far this year. Held ball, going the other direction for the Jaguars.
Oh, they're both 7-1?
We got a timeout, it looks like.
Number 3.
No, he didn't. Looks like he was calling. I thought he was calling something on the Tahoma side. But he's actually, I think, talking about defense.
So they're both 7-1?
They're both 7-1.
So this might actually be one of the best matchups of the tournament.
Yeah. And the other two teams coming up also have strong records.
Well, you know, top of the peak, they're not going to invite.
No. Pedestrian teams here.
That's right. And nor would we do pedestrian
No.
teams, right? We come do the good stuff.
Yep. The 8 teams in the tournament. Nooksack Valley, good to see them in it. Also Mount Spokane. She had a good angle and everything looked good on that shot, except that it didn't go in. And now that does. Lily Kavanaugh, 2 points and a foul shot. See who they get this officially pinned on. That's on Monique Carter. Second foul, third team foul. So at the line, Lily Kavanaugh will try to complete the 3-point play after a timeout on the floor. We'll have a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
All right, fans. 5:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig here at Glacier Peak, top of the Peak tournament.
In crystal clear.
4K.
4K, yeah.
At the line, Lily Kavanaugh trying to complete a three-point play. She's 3 for 5 from the foul line so far.
Now, do you know if our competitors do 4K?
Oh,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
I'm not sure even the Pac-12 network does 4K. There is a made shot by Lily Kavanaugh.
Although we love you, Pac-12.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I've heard that there might maybe they've upgraded to some of that. Hopefully.
I think it's probably depends on the venue and who they've got doing the broadcast. Yeah.
They need to get their media contract figured out. It's going to expire pretty soon. Maya Barnett with the basket. Now has 7 points in the game. It's a 6-point lead, down to 6. It was up to 8 for the second time. It's going to be an offensive foul.
What was the tap of the head?
It looks like it should be. I think he's indicating the clock didn't go off. No, it's an offensive foul.
No, you see, he touched the back of his head.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I mean, you can see that the way he indicated it. Usually, you're gonna move your arm forward to indicate offensive foul, and he did that too. Okay. Emerald Ridge with the ball.
I'm the
Still
engineer,
plenty of time. They're down by 6.
I'm
looking
the engineer,
inside.
That's why I don't know.
Almost stolen away. Gosh, I just love that ball movement. That hits the strap up top, and that would be considered superstructure.
The nylon strap, because I always thought superstructure had to be some sort of a metal.
Yeah, once it goes over the top of the basket and either goes out of bounds or hits something back there, then that is going to turn the ball over. So Tahoma will inbound on. They're going to face that pressure defense. Inbound pass going to Sitterud. And here they come. You can also work some time off the clock. They haven't been as strong on their three-point shots this quarter as they started out a little in the first half. There we go. Loses it.
That was a little soccer move there, kind of a little
9
flop.
turnovers for Tahoma. Jaguars are going to try to look inside. That's been their strength in the game. Yep, there's a foul, no doubt. That will send Raya McGriff to the foul line. She will have 2 shots. That foul goes against Kate Wooten, her second foul. 4th team foul as McGriff gets set to go. The Richland Bombers are in. They have that great logo.
You know what I haven't thought about? Maybe we should franchise.
What, the suits down there that they're wearing?
No.
Go ahead. I missed shot on the first one.
I'm thinking a lot of these schools are a long ways away, and there's probably people in those communities that would like to do live broadcasting.
Yeah.
Maybe we could set them up with a kit.
A kit, yeah. But then they wouldn't be watching us if it's.
Oh no, it's part of the franchise. They'd have to. Send.
Oh, they'd have to subscribe.
Yeah,
there you go. Missing a make on the foul shots. Tahoma, a little bit of a space to come in there, and that's a held ball. Bears will maintain possession.
Yeah. See a little bumping down there?
Oh yeah. These teams have played tight, no messing around. Maya Barnett comes back in the lineup for the Jaguars. As Tahoma gets that. Look at the coach for Tahoma. He's way down the line there. Pumping his arms.
I think the ref just told him, stay in your box.
Yeah, you have to. There are some coaches that like to push the envelope.
Not saying Hunter. No.
No. Jaguar, you can get yourself in trouble on that. Emerald Ridge again. They have it up there with 13 on the shot clock. Player slightly open inside. That was Maya Barnett. Now back out. And it's going to be picked off by Tahoma. That's a big steal right there. 12 turnovers for Emerald Ridge. Under 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Winner plays for the Top of the Peak Championship tomorrow at 3:15 against the winner of Union Richland. Down to 10 on the shot clock as it's knocked away. That is really far out.
Whoa,
oh, man. That is an NBA three right there by Sitterud. Takes it back to an 8-point lead, and Emerald Ridge is going to call timeout. We'll be back with more as a full timeout.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
All right, folks, 8-point lead for Glacier Peak. Matching their biggest, I did it, here at Glacier Peak for Tahoma, 49-41. I'd gone the whole half. We're just so used to seeing Glacier Peak out here on this floor.
Yeah, well, it is on the floor.
It is. Every time I look, it's like, oh, Glacier Peak. But they're hosting the tournament.
Yeah, and they're not in the championship.
No. They will play tomorrow against Nooksack Valley. One of the early games. Emerald Ridge bursting out of backcourt. Trying to work the baseline a little bit. And again, Tahoma playing great defense as they force them outside. There's a cutter coming through and picked off. 13 turnovers for Emerald Ridge. That has been a problem. Swatted out of bounds. And talk about good defense, Ryan McGriff.
And that was all ball.
Yeah, it was all ball. We could hear it up here.
You know, speaking about Glacier Peak, Brian, you know, I thought maybe he'd be a little upset that we weren't doing one of their games tomorrow or something, but actually he's just very gracious host. He's like, no, you know, I like to promote all the teams that come here.
Yeah. And he knows if they had gone a certain direction, they would be in the championship or in the semifinals and such.
You know, about 6 inches and she would have hit that post.
Yes. So out of bounds Tahoma. They still have the 8-point lead. Officials having another conference down there. It was just called knocked out of bounds.
Well, they're trying to figure out where they're going after the game.
Yeah. Plenty of variety as you curl back on the road heading to I-5. As that area has grown quite a bit now.
We should like to have Applebee's as a sponsor. That would be
that, yes, I know right where that is. So I think they're working the clock, the main clock down. They took it down to 1:59.
Well, it'd probably be accurate if they used Daktronics.
Like what we had at Snohomish last night.
Oh, yeah, boy, I tell you what, that just hooked up slick, didn't it?
Oh, it sure did. And you get the shot clock and the quarter clock.
Yep.
Tahoma will inbound. Yep, there's 20 seconds on the shot clock.
All over.
As they ran it down a little bit. There's a grabbing foul going to be against Emerald Ridge, and that is going to be on Maricia Barnett, her second, team's fourth foul. Both teams have 4 team fouls.
So they still have fouls to give.
Yep. Tahoma in between the circles. That's Hassman. Lots of time on the shot clock. They don't need to force anything. Down to 18 on the shot clock, now going the other direction. Seems like there should be a little more ticked off there, but now knocked out of bounds. That's going to stay with Tahoma. Good hustle, though. 2 players over there, Ryan McGriff and Maya Barnett. Trying to make something happen for a steal. They'd have had daylight all the way down court if they'd have got that ball. Hassman gets the inbound pass. And 4 seconds on the shot clock. Pass over on the right side, just rims out. It hit the rim, so it should be fine on the shot clock. They just didn't catch that before they fired it off. That's going to be a foul on, so that's what it turns out. Ryan McGriff, her 3rd foul, 5th team foul. Amelie Sitterud is going to be at the foul line. Has 7 points, now 8. And that is the biggest lead for the Tahoma Bears at 9 points, 50-41. Makes them both. Takes it up to a 10-point lead. Now that's virtually very hard to come back from if you're Emerald Ridge, as Tahoma really peaking at the right time.
And it has been back and forth the whole game.
It has, definitely. And both teams have been showing, that's going to be going the other direction. That's going to be an offensive foul against Raya McGriff, her 4th foul. Team foul number 6. That's a backbreaker right there. Now Emerald Ridge is going to sub in 3 players. So we're going to see some players that haven't played for either a while or in the game. So a warning over to the Emerald Ridge bench. We saw that last night as Oak Harbor, who was trailing about this point, or I guess it was actually in the first half, they got called for a warning. No technicals, but I'm sure that Emerald Ridge is just frustrated in the fact that it looks like they're going to lose for the 2nd time to Tahoma. Just the way it turned out that they're playing each other twice and not in the same league. Tahoma looking over and working inside and then outside now. There's 8 on the shot clock. Hassman, fancy dribble work there. Outside, just coming off the rim that time. Amelie Sitterud.
I think they were complaining about a little push off there.
Oh, can't connect on that. But with 30 seconds coming up to go, it is definitely looking like Tahoma's ball game. Tahoma's taking their, there's a foul right there. That's going to go against Monique Carter. And again, high school, they just are working hard right to the end. Officials confer again. 3 players set to come back for Emerald Ridge. See what they decide to call this here. There was definitely a foul. There's no doubt about that.
I was just asking Jeff about that little push-off down here. The ref didn't catch it. But I think that's what Emerald Ridge was complaining about, because Tahoma, on that last drive down, there was a little push-off to the chest.
Yeah. Monique Carter called for the foul. That is her 5th, team's 7th. So it's bonus time the rest of the way for Tahoma.
Well, you know, the refs use our
footage
to tighten their
to
game
study
up.
things and go, to evaluate.
And these are great refs.
Yes. Seen these guys out here for a number of years. That's fun too when you, what's going on here?
Timeout.
Brian Kelly is going over towards the other side there. And he's talking to Brian Hunter, the girls coach for Glacier Peak. So let's take a break here. There's some 2 sets of discussions going on in the court right now. It's STSPN.com.
We're not here to take part, we're here to take over. I am the beast.
All right, so the officials discussing things, and then Brian Kelly now talking to the head coach for Emerald Ridge, Arvin Mosley, and Brian Hill was over there for a bit talking to Mosley. It's going to be Amelie Sitterud connecting on the foul shot. She's had a solid game with 9 points. It's up to an 11-point lead for the Tahoma Bears. 24.7 on the clock left here in the fourth quarter. So they've got this one well in hand, even on the missed foul shot there. There's an official's time. We've had, what, about 3 or 4 of these stoppages and stuff where the officials to either confer and talk about something.
Well, I know what it was about now.
Okay, good. Talk to Jeff Madsen. What'd he say?
That there might be an issue with some of the fans. Some of the fans
for Emerald Ridge. Okay.
We can't confirm that, but it's what it seems like.
Okay. So I want to make sure to keep them in line. Again,
well, we understand how frustrating.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
can be,
and I mean their teams played very hard out here, and unfortunately missing some of those inside shots. There's a nice one. That is Raya McGriff. She's having herself a great second half with 8 points, 14 over in the in the full game.
Who are you looking at for?
Oh yeah, player of the game. I'll tell you, I thought Angelina Kavanaugh did a great job, and same with Hope Hassman. Lily Kavanaugh, very strong performance. But Angelina coming through with a lot of points that helped the Tahoma Bears get to where they are right now. And the foul is going to be called against Monique Carter. What do you think?
Well, I don't have the.
It's been a really balanced game as far as points are concerned. And Kate Wooten's done an excellent job on the rebounding end of things. Hassman connecting. Hit them both. Back to an 11-point lead, and this one's going to wind out.
How's 13?
13, you want to go with 13? That is Lily Kavanaugh. Lily Kavanaugh. Let's go with it, Lily Kavanaugh. She had it going in both the first quarter and in the third quarter. So 54-43 is the final score in the first semifinal game. And so Tahoma advances to play in the championship. That will be tomorrow. At 3:15, it will be on STSPN.com. And Emerald Ridge put together a solid performance. They only scored 5 points, though, in that fourth and final quarter. And they could not find their shots. They kept going inside. Didn't see much in the line of outside shooting from them. So actually that was pretty much the case throughout the entire game. They just relied on their bigs inside. And so a medium. Okay, let's get the shirts out here for player of the game. And you get in the apparel business when you do these games. So we have Lily Kavanaugh coming up. Her and her sister combining for a great performance. Hi, how you doing? Good. It's STSPN. We're doing the game. We, sent it out. It's worldwide. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So hey, okay, good job. We had you down for 14 points. So good job, and we got it live right here. So Lily Kavanaugh, you and your sister, both did very well today, and so between the two of you, I've got it for a total of 27 points.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is, and you guys were able to do something that Emerald Ridge wasn't successful at, was hitting those outside shots, those three balls. Made a big difference there.
Well, we focus, during practices, we make time to shoot every day, and we try to shoot outside of practices as well.
Yeah.
Shooting has always been something we've been pretty good at, I think, as a team.
Yeah.
So we work hard on being able to hit shots, and we look for each other.
And both teams played really well on both ends of the court with dealing with the press. You had to deal with that quite a bit. And you did a very good job of breaking that press more often than not. Tell us about that, how you guys drill for something along those lines.
So every day during practice, we go through a press breaker, just an easy one. I think today we kind of struggled with keeping someone middle. I think we did struggle with the press a little bit today, even though we broke it. we kind of forgot to put someone middle, but I think we do a good job working the ball side to side.
Yes.
And I think that helps us break the press.
Yeah,
they
that
get
is
tired.
true. And it continues on down court, too. With and actually, both teams did a great job of passing. And it was fun, especially when we're up at this point, to be able to watch the different sets down there. Looks like you'd like to set 2 on each side of the lane.
Yes.
And then go that direction. They went inside most of the time, and there was some good containment there by your team.
We run, we call it 40, which is kind of like a zone. The Union boys team runs it too. And it's kind of like, we kind of try to like force it middle, and then the middle comes up to take that high post so the top people can stay out.
Okay.
And then our sides drop to contain those cutters, because Emerald Ridge, especially with their twins, they like to cut a lot. That's what they like to do, is cut off and hit those divers.
Yeah.
Which you see it with the high-low action a lot, so we try to keep it out, like push the ball out instead of getting it
that
in.
allows then the opportunity to go inside if you need to.
Yes.
Or you get somebody open. So, hey, you're a great interview. Enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you.
It's Lily Kavanaugh. She breaks down some strategy for us, seriously.
Thank you so much.
There you go. And your player of the game, he'll get a shot of that, which goes on our it was Facebook, right? It goes on anywhere, everywhere. So congratulations on that. And best of luck the rest of the season.
So much.
And 2 in a row over Emerald Ridge.
Yes.
And obviously that caused, they were getting a little bit, and the fans were getting a little bit more into it because they didn't want to lose twice to you guys, but you got it done.
Yep.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming up to be in this tournament.
Thank you so much for having
Lily
me.
Kavanaugh, part of the Kavanaugh sisters team for Tahoma.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Great interview. That was really awesome talking to her, and very well spoken. And so we're going to take a break, and then we'll get set for the next game, the second semifinal. That'll take place between Richland, the Bombers, and the Union Titans out of Camas, Washington. So we'll be back here in about 10, 11 minutes on STSPN.com.